Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is TheSparrowsJourney. I'm here to show you a game called Overfall. We're going to take a first look into Overfall. What is this game? It's an RPG with turn-based combat, and it was presented to me as some sort of pirate game in which you navigate the 7 seas and looks for adventures, and I was right off interested in it. It is being developed by Pera Games, a Turkish company, and it's fighting its way through on Kickstarter to be successfully funded. Everything is subject to change and a lot of things are still in development. Without further ado, let's do it and show you what is the game all about. Now, in this game, there's a lot of exploration, there's a lot of wandering around, but unfortunately, for the sake of the video being small and because the demo doesn't actually allow you, there's only one quest available, and whatever you do, it will always point you into that direction, unfortunately, because I would like to explore more. Now, in Overfall, you have several classes with which you can play. You have the fighter, you have the cleric, which are the only ones available in this demo. You also have the monk, the rogue, the druid, the guardian, the warlord, the wizard, and the ranger. Pretty much common and default names in other games, so you probably reckon what they can do. The fighter in here is somewhat the warrior, the one that does the more melee damage, and the cleric is somewhat the healer. It's sort of a priest. Here are their stats, their weapons. You can choose their weapons, but again, in this demo you only have one available. It's the Hearth Gale, whatever it is called. You have skills and you have trinkets, which you could customize, but again, because of this demo, they're all locked down. So let's name our fighter, why not, Sparrow, and my healer it has to be a good name, Kayla. I like Kayla, so let's go with that and let's start our adventure. Here we go. A sea of mysteries waiting to be unraveled stretches out before you. You will see this kind of graphics all over the place. I really love hand-drawn graphics, and let's say that for the characters, that's not my favorite style. It kind of leans towards Don't Starve art style. Let's embark and get out of here. This is one of the main screens in the game. It's the one in which you choose where to navigate, where to bring your campaign, and where to settle down, where to land, etc, etc. Right now in this demo, I think things like food and time and, I don't know, repair your ship and things like that are not really to worry about because it doesn't affect much. I think you should really be, careful with the people that you confront, the people that you meet, because you have here a dwarf ship, you have goblin ship, you have another dwarf ship, and an adventure ship, which should be with humans. If you go to them, nothing really bad happens. You would predict that when you meet goblins, a fight happens, but there's not many choices that you can do right here in the menu, in the demo, I mean. Ask the goblins about themselves. They don't really trust you. They have 2 levels of text. You can read all of this. This is some sort of background text, but you're fine if you just read the balloons. Let's go with pledge your services to the goblins. Once again, they don't trust you, so they won't give you any services, so let's say farewell. And this happens with every single boat or ship out there, which is unfortunate. I think they should allow, if they have it developed, I think they should have this unlocked for the demo, because it would really add up a lot to the demo. It would make it more interesting, because I go around, I explore, I get to see all these different islands, because all of them have different layouts, or at least different landscapes. When you land into an island, you can have several phases into that island in which you travel among those rooms. I've heard of someone who is in the need of your aid. Go seek them out. Okay, and we're out of here. Now we have this little arrow over here in the bottom left corner, which points us to that quest, to the work we gotta complete. If you haven't noticed, each time you go to an island and you visit it, there's a buoy that will stand there saying that you have been there. Alright, that's the island I need to go to. but I can freely just come to this one if I wanted. And this kind of gives me the idea, this is how it will roll when the game is all developed. Right now, they will always point you to that quest, and you cannot go anywhere else. Thank the gods you've come. My pigs have gone missing. Strange creatures are stealing them. Please help us. Okay, let's do that. And this is what I mean with several rooms or several phases into one island. You can go through several landscapes, or let's say the same landscape but different places, if you don't know what I mean, in the island. But you don't exactly choose where to go. You don't have a huge degree of choice around here. You will regret your interference, human. I think this will be the first fight we will have. Screw you, pigs! Who is this? Before you leap into the fray, you are interrupted by the appearance of a pale woman. Okay, she's joining us, apparently. And this is how the combat rolls. It's a turn-based combat that reminds me a lot about games like Heroes of Might and Magic. Right now, this woman, she acts by herself. You have no control over her. In the future, she will join you and you will be able to choose what you do with them. Now, you have three phases. You have the movement phase, in which you can sometimes have more than one skill, more than just move the character, as you can see over here. You have this middle phase, which is the utility phase, with which you can buff, heal, or debuff the other creatures. And finally, the third phase, with which you can finally attack and hurt the other guys. So what I'm gonna do over here, I'm gonna heal this girl if I can. I don't seem to be in range, so unfortunately I cannot do it. So I'll just move her over here. Now this girl needs some healing, but I think she will be fine. There's only two of them on the other side, Hollow Boar and Hollow Pig. The Hollow Pig is the most dangerous one. I can apply fear to these guys, but they are too far, I think, because this only affects the adjacent tiles. You have Dispel. I can Dispel, yeah, these debuffs from the girl. Let's do that. Alright, so because we're kind of fine, I'm just gonna go and attack. Attack this boar over here. There we go. Now with this guy, he has a different kind of movement skill. Not only can move there, obviously, like any other character, but he can leap over there. Let's see if I'm in range. I am, so let's do it. Look at that. That was good. Now for the utility phase, I'm gonna buff myself. I could debuff these guys, but I'm gonna buff myself with a Mighty Fury and 2 stacks of Precision. Not exactly sure what that does, but we can over the mouse over here. Doubles the crit hit rate, that's the Fury. Increase accuracy, that's the Precision. And increase the damage of weapon skills by 50%. Okay, awesome. Now for the attack phase, I have 3 skills. Normally with a fighter, you want to keep this one for last, because when they are below 50%, it will do more damage. You want to keep this if they are bleeding, and you want to apply this at first because it makes them bleed. So it's kind of a no-brainer that you should use this, then this at the end. So let's use this one. Put this guy below 50%, and we will eventually kill him on the next turn. There's a lot of sounds missing, and some animations are not really that great. I take it that's because the game is still not fully developed. Alright, so I think I am gonna... Let's see, that guy moved again, so I cannot heal him. Let's just move there. Should really protect my own, not that guy, but oh well. Let's heal her for good measure. And finally, let's apply this if I can. I'm not sure of the range. Yeah, I cannot reach those guys, so I'm gonna skip this attack phase with that girl. You are gonna move over here and finish up. Let's see, let's buff us some more, like so. And let's finish up this guy with this attack. Oh my god, I'm not in range, seriously? Oh, that was too bad. This attacks all foes around me, so let's just wish it does attack this one. No, it doesn't. Oh well. Okay, let's make this one bleed. Let's do that. I cannot finish that guy, unfortunately. He's bleeding, he's taking damage, but that was not enough to finish him. Oh, but it seems the girl will do it. There we go. I don't kind of agree with his animations, you know, the guy floating with his soul, his skeleton, whatever you want to call that. Let's heal this girl finally. There we go. She had to be on an adjacent tile. I cannot heal her So I am gonna take out the debuffs from this guy, so he can do a good attack on the next turn. And finally, let's just dispatch them. Or can I do this? It's still not. Oh, there we go. This will hit the guy and give regeneration to my guys. So let's do that. Bam, that was good. And hopefully this guy can finish him off. Let's skip the movement phase. I don't need to move. Let's buff. And finally, let's finish him off, hopefully. There we go, awesome. That was a lot of damage. Now, because these kind of animations and even the art style of the animated characters are a little bit too childish for my taste. But hey, each own to their things, and people might enjoy this more than I do. Nice, now let's search the bodies. They must have the orb somewhere. Have the what? This, the Orb of War. What's that for? Follow me to the council, they'll explain, and you deserve a share of the reward. I'm the Rift Stalker, by the way. Follow the Rift Stalker to the village. Let's do that. As you can see, another phase into this island. Welcome, heroes. We are the Order of Pera. We go on adventures in search of holy artifacts. I haven't noticed the Pera, the Order of Pera. Pera is the guys that made the game. Ask them what the artifacts of war are. We shall explain later. You have acquired the Orb of War. Would you be willing to help us further? Okay, nothing better to do, because this is just a demo and I have no other choice but to do this. It is well. Your task is to retrieve the Jewel of Tales. It was last seen in the distant island of Balamuri. Okay, and we're off here. Again, I would absolutely love to do things in the meantime. Things like visiting other odd islands, because there are islands with such cool and intriguing landscapes. I'm actually not finding any. This looks quite normal. This is a nice island. That one is on fire, so I would love to go there and see what's going on. I can land there, but I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Undead abominations attack you on sight. Wow, I was not expecting that. But nothing much will happen after this. I'm pretty sure of that. It is well that your tenuous sanity has endured this nightmarish assault. Inquire as to their knowledge of this town's terrible fate. So these guys are friendly. This guy reminds me so much about the Darkest Dungeon. You probably already saw that game. It's a very successful game on Steam. And these two guys, actually, these two characters remind me so much about Darkest Dungeon. There's actually a lot of this game that reminds me about that game as well. Though we have long sought it, we know not the origin of this tenebrous malevolence. Attempt to procure their assistance. We have our own demons to extinguish in the Darkest Dungeon. Wait a second! This is a cross with Darkest Dungeon. They made it on purpose? Okay. There must be a relation here that I'm not exactly sure of. The Plague Doctor and the Hellion. These are the two classes named on Darkest Dungeon. This is a cross with Darkest Dungeon. Oh wow. Like Easter egg that only now I noticed. Is there no word of advice you can spare for us? An ancient temple of Stygian design. The diabolical evil within may be responsible for the cadaverous onslaught. These are strange words for me. Here's the first bit where you can notice some degree of choice. You can either go with Psychic from this girl or Spirit from this girl, the priest. I'm gonna go with the Cleric just because she is the one that has been with me from the start, so I trust her better. Let's see, this is the time that you want to read this text over here because they don't say much. Your mind is undeceived, your soul unswayed, you do not yield. The veil of the ancient is pulled back. Receive the revelation of your ancestors. Okay, an image of a lone child bathed in blood, wreathed in regret, a stench of loathsome purpose hangs about him. He is surrounded by gravestones that rise like crooked fangs from the cold earth. Head to the graveyard and bring an end to this plague of undeath. At last we meet. Standing here is a child who is not a child. The cold intelligence that gleams in his eyes is not his own. Greet this unworthily fiend. Okay, he seems to be possessed. Beseech the child with a pledge to end its necromantic symphony. Defend yourselves against the final menace. This seems to be the last bit of the demo. not entirely sure if there's more after this or not. Alright, so I'm gonna move over here and leap on the next turn, even though this guy will probably reach me. These guys are level 20s. Level 18, 20, and 16. And you cannot attack this guy, I think. He's sort of the hero that you cannot reach right now. So I'm gonna buff myself defensively, because they will get this first attack, I think so. That seems to be the wizard of their party. This seems to be the fighter. So right now what I can do is pull these two guys over next to me. There we go. I'm not exactly sure what's the use of that, because I can't do much to both of them. I'm gonna go defense again, and maybe this... I never get this right. I never get this skill right. There's two squares over here that are green. This means if I attack this guy, it will hit these two. So if I attack this guy, it will hit this one as well. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I got that right now. It seems I was almost taking damage though. I took 0 damage though. Alright, I'm gonna move over here. And probably I want to heal my hero. Or maybe remove the conditions. In this game, I've been noticing that one of the worst things that you can have is debuffs. Debuffs are hell in this game. Alright, I'm now gonna use this. Can I hit these two guys? Yes, no? There we go. I can hit 3 of them. Okay, that's awesome. Why did I take damage though? Not exactly sure. Alright, so I'm gonna jump over here and hit these two guys. Now I'm gonna try to finish off this one. Seems like a good plan. Bam, done. 12 damage. That's a lot of damage. Don't believe he needed that much damage. Decreases accuracy. This is not good. Well, as long as that guy keeps on my adjacent tile, I can still attack him. Let's move over there. Let's now make him confused. There you go. That will make him skip the utility phase. Oh lord. I had a debuff that makes me skip the attack phase. That is awful. Okay, that girl needs some healing. I'm gonna heal her like doing this. And then I can do this, which will heal these two guys and damage that guy. Oh, I missed the attack. Oh well, that's too bad. Let's go, and I don't want to make this guy fear me right now, because he will keep moving and running away from me, and I want them close, at least this one right now, so that I can attack him. There we go. I should probably go for that one first. It should be weaker to physical attacks, but oh well. Wow, that guy failed that attack, and it looked dangerous. I'm taking damage because of the bleeding. I'm gonna go with more protective stuff. And now, let's see. This girl will attack this guy over here. Let's do that. She will focus this guy while this one focus that one. Not a good idea, I know, to spread out damage, but I think we can do it that way. Let's do... Oh, I can't do much over here. I can take a buff from this guy. There you go. It's your choice to either use that phase or not. I could have totally skipped it, because this ability now will have a cooldown of 2 turns, so I might need to use it next turn, and I don't have it. Okay, let's help this girl out, like so. Bam. And now you, sir, are gonna remain in the same place. You're gonna buff yourself, and finally attack that guy. He is still not bleeding. And he's still not bleeding. Apparently this guy doesn't bleed. He must be undead or something. That's a lot of debuffs. Okay, I'm gonna do... I actually only need to move. I'm gonna... let's see. Apply confusion again. I think this is a big cripple for this guy, because being the character he is, like a debuffer and a spellcaster, skipping the utility phase is probably very bad for him. Alright, so this should finish him off. There we go. Awesome. This guy, or let's say this girl, doesn't need to move. I'm gonna restore some of this guy's HP. And finally, let's attack now. There you go. This guy should be able to finish off that one. Especially now. Okay, I'm gonna get some more buffs, even though I'm pretty sure I don't need it. There you go, awesome. Leave me be! I won't leave you be. So I can either throw the child over your shoulder and carry him back to the village, or exorcise the demonic presence from this unfortunate child. Well, I have used the priest before, so I want to use the fighter now. Let's see how this carries on. Apprehend him and set sail. Okay, so we're gonna be back to the other island. Well, no, this is not the island I've been before. Wait, what is happening? No. I don't want to stop in this island. You got me wrong. Unless I crashed by mistake. Alright, there is my grandson. Such a sweet little boy. No, he's not. At least not when he's possessed. Advise caution. This is a being of limitless ambition and measureless power. Okay. Nonsense! He stays up past his bedtime, but he's just an ordinary boy, aren't you? Allow a quiet despair to take hold of your soul. No, he's still possessed. Wonder if any of what you just experienced was real. What? I see you have retrieved the Jewel of Tales. Excellent. Okay, next task. Retrieve the Mirror of Many Things. Enter the cave and slay the beast. Is there no other way to defeat this brute? Okay, let's go with wisdom. There are some shady men I'll repute. They might just be the thing we need. Agree to our plan and proceed. Okay, another round of med. Threaten to dismember this motley crew. Insult their wives and their mothers too. Let's do that. Looks like today it's your blood we'll be shedding. Escape from the inn and get back to the lair. This is where you see some degree of choice right now. You can either choose to go by brute force and fight the troll, or do this that I just did. Hide out of sight and see what results. The pirates entered the cave baited by your insults. You hear weapons drawn and yells of surprise as the pirates and the troll begin a fight for their lives. Let's wait and see. The last of the pirates follows his mates to the grave. The troll lays dead in the fetid cavern, slain by the last of the pirates from the tavern. There we go. Search the home of the unfortunate creature. And we got the scroll. We wanted the mirror though, right? Or was that the previous one? That was the previous one. Not entirely sure what we needed from this girl. I guess we needed her for the scroll itself. But I think we're done now with this quest. I fought a giant troll in search of this scroll. It was hard work tracing it. Don't go misplacing it. Oh, you're a poet now. On your way back to the ship, you encounter an elf, an orc, and a dwarf. They explain that they have unearthed a treasure chest, and they are arguing about who should take the gold inside. Okay, continue. This is going nowhere. Hey lad, want to help us out here? Ask how you can help. You decide who gets to keep the money. We can't come to an agreement, so we'll have to trust your judgment. Okay. How am I gonna decide? Ask the elf what she will do with the money. I'll buy new makeup and beauty products. Seriously? Ask the dwarf. I will invest it in a low-risk, high-return commodity market, the slave trade. That is indeed a dwarf. So, what about the orc? I need to get my weapon repaired. I broke the haft when I crushed my cousin's skull. What? You killed your cousin. One of these three guys will help you out in the future. And who is that guy? It's precisely the one that you choose to keep the treasure. So, the one that probably fits my crew the better is the elf, because she seems to be ranged. Okay, here we go for the elf. A wise choice. I shall not forget your kindness, human. There you go. That is a sign, a hint of what will happen in the future. I have no idea why is this guy following me. Maybe he likes my smell. Thank the ancestors you've come. The Vorn are here. Okay. We're taking the artifacts to the leader of the order. You must hold off the Vorn. Okay. Alright, here's the elf that we just chose to pick up the treasure. That's why she's helping us. I'm not sure if I can control her or not. I think not. but we will see about that. Here's something different that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna skip this entire turn, just buffing myself, because I always go forward, and these guys always get me first. There we go. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this girl over here so that she can teleport after this. Let's make one of them slowed. No, I cannot because I'm not in range. Can I do this? Nope. Okay, let's buff ourselves. Not sure if that's worth it because... Oh, it will be up by 2 turns. Okay, that's worth it. Let's attack from a distance. I cannot once again, so let's skip this phase. They're doing almost the same. I'm gonna move forward a little bit with this girl. I'm gonna take... Oh, that's a shame. I want to take the buffs from that guy. Still cannot attack anyone from here. And I'm not sure I can leap towards those guys. I think that's still too far. Okay, staying back there was not really a good choice, apparently. I'm not sure I can strike them after this. And that girl took so much damage. At least she can attack from a distance, and that's good. Alright. I cannot wait any longer, so let's hold off this guy. Okay, cool. Let's buff. And now do this, because he's already bleeding. Now he's... has mortal wounds. Okay, cool. Now this girl. You are gonna go... You're gonna pull enemies. I want to do it over here. Okay, cool. I want to apply confusion to one of these. This battle is tough. This is probably the toughest battle of the demo. So let's see how this goes. I want to attack these two. See, I don't understand this. If I attack this one, it should attack the other one right next to it. But it is not, so I'm not entirely sure what's up with that. We can always do this and teleport over here and attack these two guys. But I will be crushed after this. So I'm just gonna play it safe and go back here. Let this guy take the damage. Because he's the one with the highest HP I have right now. I am gonna heal this girl. Let's try to keep her. Let's attack this guy. This guy's almost dead. There we go. He came to the middle of the mess. Oh my god, so many buffs. They're focusing the girl with less HP. They're not dumb. Freaking barbarians. Oh, come on. Just destroy that guy. Awesome. Wow, 6 damage. That's a lot. You are gonna stay here. I'm gonna... You know, because they are quite a lot, let's do some crowd control and fear that guy. That guy will now skip a turn, if I'm not mistaken. Nobody's bleeding, so I'm just gonna do this. Wow, wait a second. I just healed myself for no reason at all? I have no idea what happened there. Okay, let's buff up and do this. This will not attack the other one. Nah, it's too far. Cool, 5 damage again. Wait, why is that guy running? Oh, he's ranged. Never noticed. Okay, let's heal that girl if I can. Let's dispel these buffs from this guy. Yeah, let's do that. Even though he's almost dead, though. So if I do this, this will attack that guy. Yeah. Okay, he's 1 hit away from dying, pretty much. Oh, come on, he's almost dead. Hopefully that girl will finish him off. This girl really needs some healing. There you go, that guy got feared. I think he gets feared for the movement phase. Man, I don't want this girl to die. I'm not exactly sure what happens if she dies. I hope I don't lose the game or anything. This guy is slowed by some effect. And I can't attack anyone right now. So you're gonna move over here. You're gonna make this guy confused. Because he's too much buffed. He needs to be confused. And I can't do anything with this. Okay, hopefully this will be enough to finish off this dude. Awesome. Now you, go for the rescue. I can slow him down, so he doesn't reach that girl. Now, let's do this. Oh, awesome. Wow, that was really, really awesome. Continue to the throne of Pera. Oh, you have done well. Your bravery is to be commended. Continue. This is only the beginning, however. A far greater destiny awaits you. And what is that? That's something we will not see until the game is more developed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Overfall, a sort of RPG with turn-based combat. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's a game still being developed by Pera Games. It's an alpha version that can change to the final version of it. It is currently on Kickstarter and it's fighting its way through to be funded. It's still not there. It's something like between 70 and 80%, a few days from the campaign being over. So if you liked what you've seen over here, go there and support the game. I encourage you to do that. My name is TheSparrowsJourney. Please like, comment and subscribe if you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
Thank you for watching, everyone. If you are looking for more, feel free to check these suggestions. As a reminder, if you're looking into buying games, considering using my G2A ref link in the description of this video. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you on the next one, and remember, stay above the waters.